Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, Jordan, and I'm back with another drawing video. In this video, I'm colouring in the line work for my Ciel drawing from Black Butler. Lots of people seem to be a fan of this character. I pretty much know nothing about it. Apart from if you've watched my inking video, which you should do, I made some guesses about the character and I was pretty close on some of them. It's not confirmed, but I'm pretty sure I'm low-key psychic. So if you've got any questions about your future that you'd like me to answer, maybe leave a comment, and I probably won't get back to you. So with this drawing, I had some pretty big difficulties. I struggled with a bunch of it. It just didn't go smooth at all, so it'll be an interesting one to talk about. I really didn't want to stuff this one up. Ciel seems like he's a pretty popular character. I had a really positive response from the photos, the progress pictures I posted on my Instagram. Heaps of people liked it, so I wanted this to turn out really cool and to not get a bunch of angry fangirls attacking me because I stuffed it up. So hopefully you guys will be happy with how it turned out. Despite some of the issues I had along the way, I think it ended up looking pretty cool. There's some things I'd do a bit differently a second time around, but that's just what drawing's all about. You learn from your mistakes and then you can apply that in future drawings. You don't have to worry about every drawing being perfect because obviously that's not going to happen. It sounds really obvious to say that not all of your drawings can be perfect. There's going to be mistakes, but it's surprisingly liberating in a way to just acknowledge that you're going to make a couple of mistakes, but you can still have a really awesome artwork, and it kind of just frees you up a little bit so you can experiment with things and not put so much pressure on yourself to do a perfect drawing every time. It also makes the art process a lot more enjoyable and less stressful, because if you're too critical of your artwork and making any kind of little mistakes, you're probably not going to have much fun, let's be honest, and that's probably what art is about, isn't it? Having fun, maybe. Or maybe it's just about getting lots of likes on Instagram or YouTube, I don't know. Some people definitely seem to think that, but who am I to judge? At the end of the day, everyone wants people to appreciate their artwork and the effort that they put in, and getting likes is a form of seeing that. I guess it's a validation. We might not all admit it, but we want to get that. So, it is what it is. Subscribe if you're new, like this video, follow me on Instagram, like my photos. Jokes aside, getting lots of support for a video or a drawing can be really motivating, and when I see a video that's done well, or a drawing that's done really well on Instagram, it motivates me to keep working harder and try and do better drawings. Every now and again I get people asking about what motivates me to draw, because a lot of people get artist block and kind of struggle with motivation when it comes to drawing, and a big part of the motivation for me was actually sharing my artwork. So that's through YouTube and Instagram. That's mainly what I do. Some people have DeviantArt and other platforms as well. But I found as soon as I started sharing artwork and then getting feedback from other people and seeing other people enjoy my work, it motivated me so much more to actually draw more and do more work and do better drawings. So that was a really big part for me. So I think it can be really good as an artist to actually share your artwork, because often we can just get kind of caught up doing our own thing in our own workspace and doing all these drawings and not actually share our artwork, which is a little bit sad sometimes because you can put so much time into something and then no one sees it. Nowadays with social media and all these platforms we have, which are really awesome, we can share our artwork with thousands of people just from taking a photo and uploading it onto an app. It's really crazy, and it's a really good opportunity that if you're an up-and-coming artist, you really should take. But that's just my opinion on Instagram, YouTube, that kind of thing. I want to talk about the drawing now because it's getting close to done and I haven't really talked about that. And I'm colouring his hair, which was a pretty interesting part of the drawing because honestly, I didn't know how it was going to turn out. It could have turned out really shit, or it could turn out cool, or somewhere in between, which is kind of how I feel about it. I think it turned out pretty interesting. I liked the colour combination, and that's kind of what drew me to this picture. I don't think I've mentioned it in this video yet, but I used one of the Black Butler manga covers as a reference for this picture. It's a really popular image of Ciel just because it's drawn so cool. Really cool colours that were used for it. I coloured it a bit differently from the manga cover, mainly just worse, honestly. It was coloured so awesome, that's just why I wanted to kind of recreate it, because just the way that the colours were blended, it was really subtle and just looked awesome, so I wanted to give that a shot. Kind of failed at it honestly, I ended up just putting my own kind of style into the way that I was colouring it, and it all came together reasonably well in the end. I used lots of Prismacolours to even things out. I didn't record all of that process just to keep these videos a bit shorter. I added lots of pink highlights with my Prismacolor pencils, pretty much throughout the whole piece, in his hair, on his suit jacket, and it ties it together really well. And I think just blues, pinks and purples look awesome together. It's probably one of my favourite colour combinations, and I use a lot of that for colouring the skin in the shadows, and you'll notice that throughout a bunch of my drawings. At the moment, some of the blending in the hair isn't really as smooth as I would like it, but one of the techniques that I always use on these drawings is to do blending with some soft pastel shavings, and I always do that at the end because it's really easy to smudge it with your hand when you're working on the drawing, so you want to leave that till pretty much as close to the end of the drawing as you can. I actually do white highlights after, that's the finishing touches, because you don't want to go over that with the soft pastels, otherwise they're not going to be so white anymore. Now, I couldn't finish this drawing off without adding at least a little bit of blood, and I tried to restrain myself this time. I didn't go too overboard, I don't think. There's just a couple of splashes, because would it really be a Jordan Persegati artwork if there wasn't any blood? The answer is probably not, so I added blood. I'm always joking and kind of pulling fun at the fact that I draw blood in a lot of my pictures, but there's actually kind of a reason behind that. The cool thing about the colour red is it draws your attention so well. So if you know what you're doing, you can really use this to your advantage and make your drawing stand out that little bit more. That being said, there's definitely a time and a place for everything. Not every drawing needs to be drenched in blood. If you're drawing a nice family portrait to give to your nana for her 70th birthday, maybe just take it a little bit easier on the blood. Maybe 2 splatters of blood on the face instead of my Levi drawing. Anyway guys, I think if you give a drawing to any family member, they're generally going to be happy with it. No matter what it is, it could be really disturbing, but they'll be like, that's a really nice drawing. They rather love it, or at least appreciate the effort that went into it, or they're good at lying. I've given some terrible drawings as gifts when I was younger to my parents. I'm pretty sure they're just good at lying. Anyway guys, that is this drawing pretty much done. I'm just finishing it off with the final white highlights, done with my Signo white gel pen. I generally add quite a lot of highlights to my drawings, but I'm kind of trying to tone it down a little bit. I still add a lot, but sometimes I think I've gone too far with that, so I'm trying to keep it a bit more reasonable. But I don't know, I just do what I think looks good. I might get a small amount of prints done of this in the future, so if anyone's interested in that, maybe just, stay tuned to the channel. I'll probably make an announcement about it when that becomes available, but it's a possibility, so if people are interested, maybe just let me know. If you want to keep up to date with what drawings I'm working on and what videos are going to be coming out, follow me on Instagram. I post lots of stuff there. You'll get better quality pictures of my artworks, and you'll get to see works in progress, and basically see stuff before it comes out on my YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. Thank you guys for watching till the end, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. That validates my ego and makes me feel like I'm not a shit artist. Jokes aside, thank you guys so much for all the support and nice comments. It really means a lot to me. And like always, I will catch you guys next week in next week's drawing video on YouTube. Why can't everyone just like my drawings? I try so hard. But yeah, that's the reality of life. You'll put so much time and effort into something and think it's freaking awesome, and then someone will just turn around and say it's shit. Fucking welcome to the real world.